A few minutes after 7 o'clock in the morning, it is time to ride. There's about 23 hours of daylight, if you include the twilight at the beginning and the end of the day. So there's only about 1 hour at night where it's dark. So it's a little bit of a challenge to sleep in a tent with the sun beaming in. So I ended up having to wear eye shades to block out the light so I can sleep. But it was cold last night. It's about 38, 39 degrees. Supposed to be even colder tonight as I head south. I'm going to a bird sanctuary this morning. There's an auto museum that I want to see in Fairbanks, and then I'm going to head towards Anderson where I plan to stay this evening. I think there's only one other camper that I can see in the campground. Completely different when I stayed here on Friday night. Woke to the sound of the birds. It's the best way to wake up. Just about all packed up and ready to go. It's about 8:25 in the morning. So begins day number 8 on the motorcycle and day number 9 on the trip. If you include my flight out here, absolutely gorgeous day. So I'm going to a bird sanctuary. It's supposed to be quite nice. Spend just a little bit of time there. And then there is a nice auto museum. It's like 150 cars of early vintage that I'm going to go see. That opens at 11. They're both near the Fairbanks area. Then I'll hop on the Denali Highway and head south to a town called Anderson, which is just north of the Denali National Park. We've got 2 nights reserved for Denali National Park, but that doesn't start until tomorrow. And tonight I'm hoping to stay at this Anderson City Campground run by the town. I now have a plug installed up here on the left. Charge my mobile phone that's in the breast pocket of my jacket. This one's charging off of a USB on the right side. That's the one I use for navigation. It does not have a SIM card in it. It's an old 8 Plus that I pre-installed maps of Alaska before I came up here. And you don't need cell service with the iPhones to navigate because it pulls it off a satellite. So it's basically a blank phone but for the maps, so I'm not worried about it getting beaten up. And it has a quad lock case on it, and I mounted that quad lock charger at the motorcycle dealership and then plugged it in to the USB there on the right. Well, my main mobile phone is in my breast pocket, so I'm running a wire up through my jacket into my breast pocket where the phone is charging right now. And then later on today I may pull a different wire out that has a USB-C on it to charge up some of my other devices, namely the GoPro batteries. Haven't quite figured that one out yet. It's called Creamer's Field. I hear lots of birds. See a few of them, but nothing close. This is a boreal forest. Boreal means of the north. Forest consists of broad, circumpolar band of vegetation dominated by spruce, aspen, and birch that stretch across North America, Europe, and Asia. A little over 30% of the world's forests are in the far north, with boreal forests covering 17% of the Earth's land surface. Birch trees are in abundance. So are the mosquitoes back here. Pleasant diversion. Beautiful day. Didn't get to see any birds up close. Saw them in the distance and heard them a lot in the boreal forest. So I'm going to grab some food for dinner and breakfast and then head over to the Auto Museum. Arrived at the museum. It's a little after 11 o'clock. Fountainhead Antique Auto Museum. I think it has 150 cars. That is a motorcycle, 1902 R&H kind single. 3 horsepower, single cylinder, 1902. No front brake. Rear brake is a coaster brake. 1912 Pierce 4. 4-cylinder, single speed, inline 4. That's cool. What's this one? This is a 1911 Wagner single. With a belt drive on it, made of leather. Harley Davidson. And an Indian. 1917 Cleveland. The Indian is 1912. The Hay motor vehicle, 1898. Earliest known American-made 4-cylinder gasoline-powered automobile still in existence. The engine and transmission at the rear. Very cool. They have a shop back here where they work on the cars. They all get run once a year. This is the Owen Magnetic, 1917, 29 horsepower, but it has 303 cubic inches. Absolutely gorgeous shape. I love the blue wheels. 1903 Columbia, Mark 19. First commercially viable personal electric automobile ever produced in the United States. Beat Tesla by over a century. Another electric vehicle, 1913 Argo. This is a car built by Robert Bobby Sheldon, 1905, because he fell in love with a girl. He wanted to impress her and built this vehicle. But what's kind of more impressive is that he took a Model T and went from Fairbanks, Alaska, all the way down to Valdez, back when there weren't roads between those two. They were basically a glorified trail. So there's a great story about it, kind of too long to tell on the video, but worth looking up. 1909 Ford Model T Touring. A black bear coat, made in 1915. This museum has women's clothing interspersed amongst the car because the husband and wife collector team that own this facility, I think he collects the autos and she collects women's clothing from that time period. It's a 6-cylinder Franklin 1907, second automobile in Fairbanks. 1907 Ford Model K Roadster. '34 Packard convertible touring. And it's got some legroom to it. It's a little after 2 o'clock. Finally on my way to Anderson. It's 59 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 degrees Celsius. Beautiful day. Probably the warmest day I've had so far on this trip. Day number 8 on the bike. And it's gorgeous. It's supposed to get cold tonight and tomorrow night, but I can handle that. I'll take that over the rain any day. So I'm plugged into 3 spots now on this bike. The SAE connector under the seat goes up to a battery charger, an Anchor battery charger that I carry with me on this trip to recharge my devices. That's sitting in my front pocket. As I mentioned earlier, I've got the BMW socket there that is feeding my phone to recharge my phone, especially after all the pictures I took at the museum. And then a USB over here is charging that phone. So I got 3 devices, if you will, that are charging up right now. Not terribly efficient. It's hard to get on and off the bike because I've got 2 wires attached to me now. But at least when I get to camp tonight, where I don't believe there's any electricity, I will have a fully charged phone and be able to charge up my GPS and my GoPro batteries. So what do I have here? 76 miles, hour 21 minutes. Shouldn't be too bad a ride. I'm gaining elevation and a little breezy. Passing through the Tanana Valley State Forest. Tanana Ridge. I did gain elevation, obviously. It's a good looking view. Tanana City Limits. Alaska Native Veterans Honor Bridge, Tanana River. Now, that might be Denali Park. Day number 8, 1,400 miles. I think that, in my head, I think that's 175 miles a day. Over 8 days, 60 degrees, which you would think would be warm, but I think the air here is just super dry, and that with the wind makes it feel a little on the chilly side. I just entered the borough of Denali, Anderson, Alaska. Oh, there's nobody here. Sites aren't marked, but they do have fire pits, so it's $15 a night. Kind of an unusual campground. There was a trailer back in the RV section. Maybe I'll ride over there. I don't see any restrooms or anything like that, or water. A little bit unusual. There's the river. Okay, I've arrived. Anderson City Campground. A couple long-term campers here, but I am the only one. Pretty deserted here, so it'll do for the night. It's getting late in the day. The sun is still up. Pretty quiet here. A couple guys in these long-term trailers. I presume they work nearby. That trailer is not occupied.